I teach middle school math, but I wish I could teach them how to invest. Before we get into analyzing a stock, I do want to let you know that investing is way more than the stock market. Of course, my students know that I do flip houses here and there, and then invest in some other things, but outside of stocks, privately owned things too. So understand what you're getting into before you invest in whatever it is you're investing in. You will learn a lot of mistakes up front, more than likely, just like I did. Make a lot of mistakes, just like I did. But just like school and just like sports or anything else, you learn from your mistakes and just move on. All right, I am going to begin this saying that this is not financial advice. I do have an MBA in finance, although I don't have a certificate to sell you anything, and I don't plan on doing so. The first step that I'd recommend in looking for a company is to find the industry first. And the reason I say find the industry first is I'm going to use Palantir as an example later in this whole video. But there's a lot of AI companies out there, or AI, and it's just like the .com bubble. A lot of these companies are just going to go under, or just they're not as large as they think they are. So find an industry that you are interested in. I can tell you right now, the hot markets are AI, tech, of course. But during recessions, that all changes, and you'll see people go to more safer investments. So that's just like one quick example. But find an industry, and for this scenario, we're going to use the AI industry. Now, within that industry, you're going to have multiple subsections of types of companies, but look for companies that you are interested in. If you're already looking at stocks to look into, you've probably already heard of some of these companies anyway, so why not just do some research on them? So again, the very basics we're doing today: find the industry first, and then find the company. So my industry is AI, and I'm going to pick Palantir. Once you pick a company, go ahead and start studying the very, very basics. I'm not talking about financial statements. If you do want to view and see how to analyze financial statements, please stay tuned for the next parts in the series. Like and subscribe this so it can get recommended, and so I can make those other ones. Okay. So things like going on the website of that company, searching them on YouTube, Google, really just doing a lot of reading, listening. Okay. Um, and reading for yourself, analyzing things on your own first. Okay, so I'm going to go to Palantir's website first, and we'll pick up from there. Okay, I'm going to try not to explain too much about Palantir today. I am deeply invested in my knowledge on Palantir, but I want to approach this just like I'm teaching you, like I don't know what it is. Okay, so I'm on Palantir's website right now. And if you click their logo up in the top left, it's going to kind of refresh here. You can see it says AI powered automation for every decision. Okay, and they're showing different, ooh, they love America, of course, but you see they're in different industries. And so we have builders. This is at their AIP Con. I can't tell which company this is, but it is helping in their supply chain. Here's another one. Okay, again, I know a lot of companies that they're working with, and especially in the military as well. They're working with the Army, the Navy. They have multiple contracts. I don't want to go that deep into it, but they work both in government and commercial. Okay, and here is all their products here. And so you can click on them and begin researching them. Okay, and so research their products, especially. This is software here, so you are going to want to click on the AIP, Gotham, Foundry, Apollo, etc., and really study what they are doing. Of course, they give you a little bit of information up front on the screen, but click on it and do deeper research. Okay, study the website as much as you can, and then move on to news, videos, whatever you have to. Next, I'm going to go to YouTube. And so you're going to see many people commenting on Palantir, of course, on YouTube. But whichever company you decide, the chances are there's going to be a video on it. And the reason I say YouTube is because if you see a lot of people making videos about a company, then they're probably worth something, right? Or there's a lot of hype behind it, meaning it's getting a lot of attention. Okay? So then stay in the know with the news, meaning You can go on Google and then search news for Palantir, or you can go on like a financial app, maybe like Yahoo Finance, and down below their stock information, they'll have tons of news articles from multiple different resources. Be careful with the news articles because or the videos too, because sometimes somebody could be making a bear case or a bull case, meaning they think the price is going to go down or up, or that's where they want it to go. Okay, so some companies will try to short the stock, and then it'll come out with a bad, right, article about the company to try to influence the stock price to go down. Okay, so be careful either way. Some people are trying to make the stock go up as well. Obviously, if you're in the stock, you want it to go up. Now, I used the word stock multiple times earlier in this video intentionally because I wanted to come back and say that it's not the stock that you should be analyzing, it's the company itself. So I'm not analyzing PLTR right now. I'm looking for a company, right? And so, of course, I've decided on Palantir for this video. Once you think you have all your updates that you need to know about the company, all the information you need to know, all your research, you've done your due diligence, you may have looked at the stock price, but more so and more important is you understood the basics of the company. Okay, I want you to understand or try, can you tell another person what the company does and why it's so great or why it isn't, right? And so if I were to make this video and not be able to tell you what Palantir does, then I'm probably just hopping on the bandwagon and trying to make a quick buck, or both are true. But I mean, obviously, I do know about Palantir, which we're going to get into. After that, decide if you're interested in the company. I don't mean are you interested in purchasing shares of the company. Saying, are you interested in doing further research to then invest? Because again, I do believe that you should review the financial statements of every company that you invest in, both before and during your investment. Okay, if you do decide to invest later on. Okay, so again, fifth step here, decide whether you are still interested in the company to then move on to looking at their stock. Speaking of moving on, we'll be moving on to part 2 after this video in a few days if I get enough people to view this and subscribe and like. Please ask me if you want me to analyze a specific company down below. I will do more detailed analysis with Palantir in this series, but of course, there's more than just Palantir out there. I want to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like I tell my students, make sure you do something that makes you smile today. Have a good day.